We killed him. We killed it. Fuck you!
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Think Outside the Box Office, the show where we review movies that can be enjoyed from the comfort of your couch. This week, we head to the town of Perfection in our review of the 1990 Kevin Bacon classic, Tremors. Nick, I know we've watched this for as long as I can remember. I don't know that I could tell you concretely how we discovered this, when we discovered this. I believe we owned it, which is how we were able to watch it, unless every time it was on TV, we just happened to watch it or something. But we watched this a lot. I really enjoyed this movie. I've always enjoyed this movie. I've advocated for this movie. Its sequels, there's 6 of them now.
There is.
Can't really speak for those outside of maybe the second one, which I still enjoy. But this was a super fun one. Derek, give me your first impressions on this movie, man. What do you think about this movie?
I absolutely love this movie. When I first saw it, I loved it instantly, but I could never obtain it after the fact. So many, many years later, when I was able to obtain it and get it and watch it, I loved it all over again, man. It's great. It's a good kind of B movie, creature feature, like a monster film. I love it. It's great. It kind of was unique in it's creatures and monsters, its setting, and it's storytelling with it's goofy bunch of characters, but awesome characters. Overall, man, I love this movie. It blew me away, and I'm glad we're freaking talking about it.
It's been a long time coming for sure. Yeah, this is a classic here. Nick, what are your first impressions and stuff, man?
Yeah, same. Huge shout out to the practical effects, which are awesome. Probably not winning any Oscars, but certainly passable. And I know we've kind of boasted about practical effects in some of the movies we've done on this before, so I think this fits right in, dude. Yeah, super fun cast. I also love the sort of B movie esque features about it or whatever. I also go to bat for this film anytime it comes up. I really don't know too many people that don't like it, whether it's a certain actor or not. But I don't, most people I feel like have that love somewhere, in their life for this movie. So yeah, man, super, super cool. It has spawned a bunch of sequels and a mini series. So something to say about the longevity of the franchise, I guess. Yeah, I'm pumped to get into this one.
I think we've covered a few B movies in our past episodes. I might say that I think this one is the top of that list, just based on the production value, right? The actual effects used in the movie, even the substance of a movie, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? I think this one kind of sits at the top. And Nick, I think you're right. I don't know too many people that badmouth this movie. For a movie that came out, another great movie that came out of the box office and fucking tanked, right? But then goes on to make super cult status and everyone loves it, and turns out the critics were fucking stupid back in 1990. There's nothing to really not like about this film. It's got humor. It's got some scary scenarios. I don't know that it's presented scarily, but if you were there, right, fucking graboid chasing you through the dirt, that'd be scary. Before we go into any further, guys, find us on all the socials: YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music. Catch our shorts and stuff on TikTok and Instagram. We want to hear from you. Tell us what you think about Tremors. And yeah, Nick, give me the bare bones plot of Tremors for those who are not affiliated with it.
2 handymen in this super small town of Perfection are one day late heading out for the bigger city, where they are detoured by some underground mysterious backgrounded worms, so to speak. These worms then plague this town, and for 6 sequels continue to do so in one form or another. And that's pretty much it. Super simple plot. You don't have a lot of characters to juggle. It's not, it doesn't make you think real hard about it, which is super, super cool. And the support is fine. You know what I mean? Outside of our main actors, the support is cool.
I think the cast of characters is really what makes this movie with with a B movie plot. You know what I mean? You could put this in a 1950s black and white sci-fi movie you know, you could put that anywhere in that genre. But I think the cast of characters in this really elevates it to a more cinematic level. The characters in the cast themselves is really great. Nick, you said we're in the town of Perfection. Which what state are they in? Do we know? Anyone know?
Nevada.
Nevada.
They're in Nevada. Makes sense, right? Desert. Perfection, Nevada. Population of a whopping 14, which is pretty low. That's I mean, that's pretty small. That town didn't even have a hospital, a police station. It didn't have, you know, some stuff you really need to call a city, right? It's more of like a village, if anything. And
Yeah.
we meet all 14 of these people minus who's the smart Melvin's parents. They're
Yeah.
not there, but we get the doctor and his wife, which kind of make up for 14 or whatever. We meet them all, we see them all, which is kind of cool because in the movie you don't really get that. So I thought that was cool.
You mentioned the cast, just running through some of the bigger names here. Obviously, starring vehicle for Kevin Bacon, right? Who, despite his hate for it for a long time, I think has come around to be like, yeah, this was super fun. The late Fred Ward, always awesome. You know, sucks he's not around anymore. Finn Carter was Rhonda. The anchor of this whole franchise, Michael Gross, playing Burt Gummer, gun enthusiast, former whatever military, whatever he is,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck his job was. Reba McEntire, Ariana Richards playing Mindy, who would later star in another creature feature, super popular one, Jurassic Park. And Victor Wong is Walter Chang, and then a couple of others that floated in and out. But these are that's our main cast. Yeah, super cool. There's a whopping like 3 or 4 girls in this, and the rest are dudes. But I mean, all but one of the girls live, so I guess that's something to say. They're all final girls, with the exception of the doctor's wife. So yeah, super super fun. The buddy comedy like aspect of Val and Earl, super super cool. I'm interested. There's some questions about like some of these people in town that I have, but again, it's not doesn't weigh down the film or anything. Yeah, like this is neat. Would you guys, if you guys were stuck in this town, like if you guys were citizens, would you be like, time to fucking go? Derek, you use Chris, you struggled to call it a city, and I think you're right. Derek, you used the word campsite, and I was like, yeah, look, it's kind of
That's what it is. It's a glorified campsite. It's like a trailer park.
for real. Like, there's like
For
one
real,
looted
yeah, for real.
house that we ever see in this whole thing. Other than that, it's trailers and a general store that maybe Chang
Yeah.
lives in. I'm not sure. I don't know. Would you guys, if you guys were part of this town, like, where would you guys be like, here, I'm on for a lifer, or would you be like, it's time to, we got to go to Bixby?
I think I would. I don't know. It just depends on like my state. If I was in a state of like Val and Earl, dude, I would have left that town eons ago. But if I'm like Bert and I'm just like fucking in my twilight years in the mountains, I'm good. Like I'll be all right up there.
That's true. That's fair.
I think like every growing teenager, I'd probably be like, this bird's got to leave the nest, man. I got to see what's out there in the world. I mean, if you're teenage Melvin, the only option available to him girl wise is Mindy.
It's Mindy,
You
for
know,
sure.
so I mean, if you want to branch out and meet girls, plural, even just 2, you got to go Bigsby, which is I don't know how many miles away or hours away or whatever, but it's fast through the mountains. It's a fucking travel, okay? So
Where do they go to
yeah,
school?
I think I'm going.
Yeah, I was
Like,
me and Derek were talking about this. How do Mindy and Melvin, wow, to Eminem, how do they like go to school? And so the doctor doesn't and his wife don't count because they just moved to Perfection and they kind of live
Right.
on like the outskirts and they're building their house. Like I guess he's multifaceted. He's like, yeah, the cinder blocks are coming in tomorrow, and he's like, oh, the cinder block. Before he dies, he's like, I guess he's also just like doctor by day and then like moonlighting as like construction worker, building his whole fucking house. So
Yeah.
whatever, I'll give it up to him. But it's like, yeah, these guys don't have a lot of the like public works and stuff. I assume they all use generators. Like, there's no way there's like real power out there, right? Like, how could there be? If they need like law enforcement, is it just calling Bert? Is it if they need
You're right.
like
Yeah.
Uzi
Oh, yeah.
4U truck just shows up and he's
For
just
sure.
like, what's the criminal? Yeah, where's the criminals at? Yeah.
taking his GMC Jimmy out left and right, just being like,
Yeah.
another fucking out, like which I imagine all criminal activity just comes down to Melvin. You know, like
Yeah, for real.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, gotta go get Melvin again.
Even the logistics of like, how do these people keep Walter Chang's supermarket like alive. I mean, like that wouldn't be enough unless they're all just buying the place out, or something. Like, okay, that's one job. Does anyone work with him? Where do these people work? How do these people make money? Like
Yeah.
that one chick's got a house and a daughter, right? Where is her husband off making money? I don't know. What does Nestor do? He seems like the town drunk, but he's like not drunk. You have Miguel, who I don't know what he does. The guy on the flagpole, fucking whatever his name
Michael.
was, Edgar,
Edgar.
old Edgar.
Oh, up on the
Edgar.
tower. Yeah.
You had the farmer dude with like literally a fucking closet for a house with all his sheep.
Old Fred. Yeah.
Old
Yeah.
Fred, yeah. What do these people do for money? They can't all just work at the supermarket. And if Val and Earl are literally the handymen for everything in the town, what does everyone else do? There's nothing there.
Feels like they should be the most well off, actually. Like Val and Earl. This
For real.
seems like a town that's so small that all these people are just recycling the same, probably like $200 in circulation ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
Probably.
somebody's paying Val and Earl like $50 to do a job, and then they're going to need to buy supplies from Walter. So then Walter's going to have to like need some favor somewhere from somebody. He's going to go to them, and they're just putting the same exact bill back in circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And these two can do it all.
I think we kind of talked about how like Walter probably would corner the market of that, like whatever that hell that Dust Bowl is, and he'd basically be like, oh, you want certain things, he'd only get those certain things because he knows those people would only buy those certain things, so he would probably corner the market on like a lot of this stuff, as much as he could, whatever he can get his hands on. But as for all the characters and kind of what they do, they all have like various things. Obviously Bert and Heather, I'm pretty sure he's retired from the military, so he's just, like I said, living out his like retirement years. And you have Val and Earl, who are the handymen, they're doing their thing. I'm pretty sure Mindy and her mom, like she does like pottery and stuff, so unless she's selling those suckers by the roadside somewhere or taking them like to Bixby, I don't know how she's getting money. I think Nestor is, if I remember correctly, I thought Nestor was supposed to be like a truck driver, and he's just kind of
Okay,
like
I
off
kind of see
or
that.
not doing
He
it
just-
or whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Maybe
doesn't
he's
have
a
his
supply
truck,
guy.
I guess.
Yeah, he's got to be supply guy for sure.
It's something, yeah. Melvin's goofy ass isn't doing shit besides cause problems and be a little, dickhead. And then you have Walter, who's maintaining his store, but like to what fashions. And then you got like the doctor in him. So like everybody kind of does something, and it has something reason. It's not a good reason why they're there, but they're definitely there, and that they have like history. But it's like we don't really know any of this because nobody talks about any of it. Like Mindy and them have a house. Like you said, how do they pay for that house? Pottery? What? No, I don't think so.
Right.
No. So like unless she's putting like, drugs in that pottery and moving it across the state line or some shit. Like oh, that's what it is. It's a mule
That's what
town.
it is. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
She's got to have a husband or something that does a job elsewhere and sends money back, or
I thought
comes home.
I thought he like
maybe he died
or
and
something.
he got
Yeah, was out of the
his
picture.
retirement. Fuck, I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, Nestor lives in a trailer. Melvin's parents, which are never mentioned, I guess, according to like the script and backstory and stuff, I guess they just are like irresponsible and just leave him home alone all the time, and they go gamble in Vegas.
Yeah.
According to what I'd read, which chalks up to Melvin being a punk ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, he's got nobody governing him. Yeah.
yeah, he's got nothing to do. Nick, you guys have a good point. What about the schooling? Now I could see Mindy getting homeschooled from her mom. What about Melvin? And like, what the fuck did everyone else do growing up? Like, how do you end up in perfection? You clearly can't just grow up there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how Mindy could live her whole childhood there and like get everything she needs for a social adult life. But how do you end up in perfection? That's like bottom of the barrel.
Well, a lot of weirdness of it too is, so you mentioned like Miguel and all those guys, which Miguel is a farmer. He has like, I don't know if he has sheep or he has some other type of animal, but he's a farmer. But in 4, which is a prequel, it takes place during like the Wild West days. It like pretty much gives you the blueprint that like Miguel's ancestor lived there. Walter Chang's ancestors lived there. Like you see Burt Gummer and his ancestor lived there. Like,
Right.
so it's got lineage for some reason. And it used to be called Rejection before the events of 4, and then it got changed to Perfection. But again, it's like like Bert settled here after the war or whatever the fuck he was doing. But I don't like if that's the case, then why wouldn't he know about it beforehand from his ancestor who was living in the same fucking town? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's like a weird paradox, but
yeah. How is there no record of that happening at all? Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, even cavemen fucking wrote on cave walls, and like, all these ancient civilizations found ways to leave things for us in the future or whatever. How is there no? And I'm sure they weren't thinking ahead in the first one. They weren't like, let's drop a line
I'm sure there's
that
one and done
maybe,
it. Yeah.
you know. But yeah, surely a family like Bert's, which I'm assuming he probably comes from a long line of my dad was raised this way, and I was fucking an army brat and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how they don't know about these things. I also love, if we're talking about the creatures, I also love that we don't really find out for sure how they got there. We just kind of get those four theories when they're all convening at the table in Chang's.
Yeah.
Like aliens,
The
what, like
Russians
super,
or weapons for the
well,
Russians.
yeah, man-made weapons for the Russians. One was predate
Basically,
the
like
fossil record,
yeah, prehistoric.
prehistoric, and I don't remember what the fourth one was or whatever. But I do like we don't get anything concrete. I think that's,
The second one we do.
do we?
Yeah.
What are they?
In the second one, you find out that they are from Earth, but they predate the dinosaurs.
They like for sure concrete.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
it's kind
even
of
like
generic.
because even like Earl's like, well, damn it, I thought they would have been from space. Like, but yeah, you find out that they're actually Earthbound and they've been around since before the dinosaurs.
Yeah, Earl's like, no way, these are local boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and he's like, I vote outer space. Yeah, I mean, I would too. Like seeing some shit like that, like, dude, this ain't unless there's like some nukes going off in the desert mutating these suckers. Like, there'd be no other reason. Like, but thanks space. So
Oh, mutations. That was what the fourth one was. Like mutation snakes or something. Yeah, good point.
yeah,
Okay. I thought I read that they actually filmed a scene where Fred Ward's character finds like graboid eggs in like a spaceship or something. Like think maybe the thing or something.
I think it was a suggestion from the studio
Oh,
to
okay.
do something like that, and then I think they
The
wrote it.
concrete.
Yeah, I think they
Okay.
wrote the scene, and then when they presented it to the crew, I think the crew was like, "This fucking sucks. We're not doing that." And they were like, "What?" And like, you know,
Hey, right. Hey, we didn't want to do it either. We just wanted to make sure you didn't want to do it. Okay. Pushback.
yeah, I
Awesome.
definitely would. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're
have
right.
liked that approach at all.
I agree.
on the uh on the note of like studio interference. So this was. It sounds like it was originally titled Land Sharks.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
actually like an SNL skit or something, kind of maybe at the time. So then it was changed to Beneath Perfection. Then was changed to Dead Silence by the studio before finally settling on Tremors last minute. Yeah, so I can understand Kevin Bacon's frustration. Like you film this movie that you was kind of if it was pitched the way it's described now, B movie horror, whatever, I could see where he's like, "Fuck, this sucks." It sounds like mid filming, you're like, "I just told my wife I'm filming Land Sharks," and then director's like, "Hold on, real quick, new title." Like never. It's probably like there were probably things happening that are truly like not a good sign when you're filming a movie for these things to be happening, right? Name changes, notes from the studio every day or whatever to, hey, add scenes like this, or we think this would work better. And then you show a film and it like you have to shoot a different ending. So like the kiss with Ron
Yeah,
Reagan at the end, spoilers, I guess, better.
yeah.
Was a reshoot, right? Because test audiences hated the original ending, which I think was just an implied relationship between Val and her, but like Val and Earl are like driving away and then like forget the lighter and they forget Rhonda has it, so they head back, and so it's implied but like not seen. So yeah, I could see where Kevin Bacon, until it catches a buzz, cult status and stuff, or hits DVD sales, I guess, would be like, yeah, this was a nightmare. Um, Before switching tones and being like, wow, people love this movie. Fuck yeah.
I think one of his big. I think it kind of he openly talks about it, like you mentioned. Now I think he mentioned that like at the time he was just kind of in a bad place. Like he was kind of depressed. He was trying to keep his job and his lifestyle kind of going with like his new marriage and his new kid. It just sounded like he just had like a lot of pressure, you know. But
Sure.
I think it speaks volumes for him to come around and be like, hell yeah, Tremors. Like I don't see him doing that for Friday the 13th, but I see him for
Yeah,
Tremors.
right.
That's still something. So kudos to him and respect.
Do you think he only changed his tune about it because of people's reception to it, or if it was majority of us were like, ah man, Tremors, yeah, I don't know why you did that film, that fucking sucked. Do you think he'd be like, yeah, I fucking hated every minute filming it, you know? My wife told me not to, and but I need money. Do you think the success of this movie swayed his opinion on it? I don't. He seems like a pretty cool dude, so I'm not saying he did, but it's sure you
I'm sure
know,
it had some influence. Found out that like his miserable time was still loved by all. I think he. Uh, but I'd still use the Friday 13th thing. Like Friday 13th fan base is pretty huge, and that franchise is
yeah,
pretty well known. But like I don't see him coming back for that for the same reasons like he would for Tremors. You know what I mean? Like there's people that come to him, I'm sure every day, like I loved you on Friday 13th, and he's just like, get out of my way, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, where like in Tremors, someone was like, dude, I loved you as Valentine, and he's just like, that's right, because I love that movie. So much to the point that he came back for a pilot for a show that didn't
see,
get
that
off,
is cool.
and like he was like really gunning for it. I think the answer to your question is kind of double edged. Like, yeah, I feel like it might be influenced by everybody's like, love for it, but I feel like he genuinely feels that way.
That's good. I mean, you always want an actor to, if anything, at least enjoy their time making the movie. Maybe not always love how the
Yeah.
final product turns out. Something you read and film could turn out wildly different than what you thought it was going to. Studio interference. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all you could ask out of an actor.
Yeah.
Before we get too far away from Kevin Bacon, do you guys have any particular? And I've not seen a ton of his stuff, but do you guys have any Kevin Bacon? Like, what are some of your favorite Kevin Bacons?
Man, like you, I guess I haven't seen a whole lot of Kevin Bacon. Definitely not a lot of his serious stuff. But I mean, like Footloose is enjoyable. Tremors is enjoyable. X-Men First Class is always a fun watch. Him playing a bad guy, turning a leaf there. Friday the 13th, I don't know that I'd call it a Kevin Bacon movie per se, but he's in it. Uh,
Yeah.
who doesn't love Friday the 13th if you're a horror fan? Oh, Crazy Stupid Love. He's the guy
Oh,
that
you're right.
Julianne Moore cheated
Yeah.
on Steve. Yeah, he's funny in that.
Yeah.
I really like Kevin Bacon. I just don't go out of my way to put his movies at the top of my watch list unless it just really looks interesting.
I- to be honest, like besides like his small bit roles, like in some of his early days, I don't have a lot either. Death Sentence by James Wan, that's one of them. It's kind of a standout I like. Tremors, obviously. It's like his sinister, either his sinister roles or like his thriller movies, I think usually do better. He's really good in what's that Clint Eastwood movie?
Is it
Mystic
Mystic
River?
River?
Yeah, Mystic River. Like he's really good
Yeah.
in that. That was cool.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I like
I
him
think
in Hollow Man.
yeah,
Oh
Hollow
shit.
Man's another good one
Yeah,
too.
Haldeman's great. Yeah, good
Um,
call.
Oh,
Good
I've never
pull
heard
there.
of him.
I have the movie, I haven't checked it out yet, but Stir of Echoes is another one that people praise a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah, praise. Yep.
So another little thriller, whatever, ghost story, whatnot. But
He's an Animal House, right?
Oh, yeah. Good pull.
he's in
One of
Animal
the
House. Yeah, for a
Dickhead
short
frat
bit.
boys or whatever. He's also in shit. I just had it
He
too,
had a
and I
show come
lost it.
out
Whatever.
like last year where he's like I don't know if it's like a supernatural detective or he's a ghost back from the dead to like be a
Oh
detective.
yeah,
You
it.
know what I mean?
I think it was on Amazon or something,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. I forget
Did it get canceled already?
Hangman or something, maybe? I don't know.
it might have. I haven't seen anything on it for a bit, but yeah, he's like a bounty hunter and he gets killed by something supernatural and he comes back and like is like basically like working for like hell to like bounty hunt some of these like demons and ghosts and shit. He was also on that one show. It was on Fox there for a while. It got like a few seasons where it was like a cop chasing like a bad guy. And I think he was.
I was gonna say I thought I remember a cop show or
Yeah, he has like
something that
James Purfoy or whatever, the dude from
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it
Kevin Bacon was in that space movie, right? Apollo 13. Bill
He's in
Paxton
Apollo
and
13. Yeah, he was one of
Tom Hanks.
the astronauts because it's like him, Bill Paxton, and Tom Hanks.
I've seen that one. That one's pretty good. There's a movie from the 90s where he's in the army or Marines or something. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like
There's a
is it
couple
like
where he's like that.
okay,
Um,
like yeah, I can't remember what
Few
they were,
Good.
but yeah,
He's
I know
in
he's
Few
played a
Good
military guy.
Men.
Maybe that's what I was saying. Few Good Men,
I
maybe.
was gonna say he shows up in Few Good Men. He plays like a lawyer, I think, for the military.
Okay. Yeah.
Super brief, but good.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's pretty versatile, and shout out to Tyler to take note of that and maybe watch some of these films with
Maybe
an
Yeah,
check
open
them out.
mind.
check out some of
Yeah,
these titles, man. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Reba McEntire making her film debut in
Yeah.
Tremors. Apparently the director was a little apprehensive about letting her audition for this movie, giving, he's not a fan of this, like, oh, just because they're singers and celebrities, we need to, you know, make them movie stars and stuff. And apparently she blew him away in the audition. I thought she did awesome. She played,
Yeah, she
she
kicked
was
ass.
Burt Gummer's cool, level-headed wife, that's also a badass, man. She's fucking just, gun handler
Yep.
supreme.
Heather
Yeah,
Gummer.
she was awesome. She got the track at the or whatever song is playing at during the end credits. Yeah, she was super awesome, man.
She was also, I think, the youngest star besides like the kids there. Wasn't she like in her
I think she was
early
like
20s?
25 or some shit like that. Or
Yeah,
something.
early to mid
Shit.
20. Yeah, she was like really young.
Her and
Okay.
Bert have like a weird, like he's almost double her age.
The
But
town's only so big,
yeah,
There's,
hey, you're right.
there's
You're right.
14 people, so
You're right.
like we talked about
The
this.
other option was Val. So
Yeah.
There's
okay.
probably an
Wait, wait, wait.
argument that could say Val and Earl were gay. Who knows?
I do have a question here. So because we talked about this small town and how I imagine how difficult it's got to be to meet people. But we start off the movie with one of the best quotes that we get with Al
yes.
talking about his like checklist for a gal, right? Long blonde
Yeah.
hair, big blue eyes, world class breasts, ass that don't quit, and legs that go all the way up, right? It's pretty clear. And then they talk about, and he's got a photo of Tammy Lynn Baxter, or whatever.
Yeah.
Who is she from this
Earl
town?
calls her. Yeah.
Do you think she's from this town? Like, and
Ooh.
like where? Yeah, because he has. It's like she's like his great white buffalo or something that like got away or something. And
It's kind of implied he's had a few of these chicks in the past, but yeah, you're right. Where is he meeting these ladies? It's got to be Bigsby.
I'd assume
Sure.
one or two things. Either she's passing by going through the town, right? And they just happen to have a rendezvous and they just like kind of hook up, shack up, whatever.
There's
Takes
only
her a
one
lot-
place she could go to.
Yeah.
Do they have a gas station?
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
This-
it
like,
Chains ends up getting one later, but yeah, they don't
This
initially
town
have
is
a
just-
gas station, I don't think.
this is campsite, like you said, Derek. Like,
It,
Jesus. Sorry, go on now.
but like it's either that or he went to Bigsby and he was hanging out, he's clubbing out there at Bixby. Like I
Sure.
don't know what else he
Cowboy
could have been
Getup.
doing.
Bigsby's probably not even like that big of a city. Like it's probably just like a small town. But compared
Yeah.
to the fucking small village of perfection, I'm sure it's like, whoa, we're in the big city now. I don't. This town is missing so much. I guess I never really thought about it until we watched it this time. Maybe it's because we're adults now, so we're looking at like, well,
Like
if
this
I live
town
there,
couldn't
there's not.
function, yeah.
Yeah, like no job has healthcare because there's no fucking hospital. There's no gas stations, no
There's no
nothing,
mayor,
no
there's
fast
no
food joints,
police, there's
no
no
restaurants.
authority, there's no restaurants, it's the bare minimum, dude. That's what makes me think it's like a campsite because it's got a general store and that's about freaking it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bert mentions that he's settled out there. Did he build his house out there? Or did he just find a house out there? Because I'm assuming the dude had probably built his house out there, but it's like geological isolation. That's all you wanted. So you just built your house out there. Like, okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants a place where he can, like a small fortress, basically.
Yeah, he's got like the high ground up on like the
Yeah, he's also got
mountainside
a
or
he's also got a
something.
fence around his property.
Yep, he's
Yeah,
got a fence.
true.
So he's like fortified.
Yeah. Later
And
on, he
he's-
even makes a moat out of concrete. So
Yeah.
Dude is fortifying his place for sure.
It's always been a pretty cool place to me watching the movie. I was always like, I'd totally go where Bird is. I not that a trailer is always bad, but if I would choose that over the trailers, you know what I mean? Because I'm certainly not going to be the doctor and build my own goddamn house. No thanks.
Yeah.
He's that age complaining about cinder blocks. I'm my age, and I'd complain about the cinder blocks. There's no way I'm doing that.
Before we, and I don't have a lot, but maybe some questions that more connotate with like negative perception. Do you guys, what are some of your favorite scenes in all this?
Actually, I really like before the scene you talked about with the long blonde hair, big green eyes, world class breasts. When Valentine and and Earl wake up, I guess they just slept under the stars in the back of the truck that night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're working on a fence.
I love their morning routine of like getting up, walking around, stretching, and they checking for the cigarettes in the lighter, and they both like whip one out in one shake of the cigarette box, and light it up, and they're just chilling in an argument over, no breakfast. He was like, I did it yesterday, baked beans and bologna
Bologna
or
and
whatever.
beans. And he's just like,
He's
yeah.
like, my ass, I made eggs on toast or whatever the fuck he said. And, like their whole back and forth, it just sets up
Yeah.
their great and hilarious dynamic. God damn it, Valentine, you're not thinking ahead. This is why we're not leaving perfection. I- that's got to be one of my favorite openings, maybe to any movie ever. Like it's just so funny and just narrows down these characters for all the Kevin Bacon fans and people who aren't Tyler. And, but any scene with Melvin, maybe also because Melvin shines.
I would definitely say one of my favorite scenes is hands down when Bert's basement gets busted in.
I
Like,
was just about to say this.
it's awesome. Like it's every I guess American's like, wet dream. Just take a wall of guns and start blasting a creature with it.
Yep. Home intrusion. Yes. I finally get the okay to shoot everything.
Yeah. Oh, I get to use every gun this time. All right, Uh that's definitely an awesome scene, but I really love like the opening scene, like the morning scene, like you said. That's another like one of my favorite scenes. I also love the I think it's they just get into town and they're like mingling with everybody, talking about like what happened with I think the road crew, and then like that's when they come out with like they see that the tongue is still attached to the truck and they like freak out and they're starting to look at it and he's like, "Cool, where'd you get it?" And he's like, "I didn't know we had it." Like, so the whole town is like kind of like getting in and trying to see it, and like Bert's like he's like, it's some kind of mutation. So everybody already has their wild theories and stuff. And then like in the next scene, they're taking fucking pictures with it after they sold it to Walter Chang for a measly $15. And then he's like charging $5 a photo and just like making bank. And he's like, God damn, Walter Chang, slicker and snot, I tell you what.
You never actually see anyone pay him for the photos that he's taken. So he must just be taking them, and if they want them,
I
like,
also
if you want the photo, you got to pay. But
advertise
none of
maybe,
them are
yeah,
like, here you
posted
go.
them up because, yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Plus, like, I'm not one of those who's gonna put a dead animal around me like that, a fresh dead animal, let alone one that I've never seen before in my life.
Or
Like,
if it stinks as much as they all say. Like,
dude, yeah, they say
dude.
it's disgusting, and it's like, ugh, you have
he's
that
like,
thing
"Does it
around
smell
your
like
neck.
that because it's dead?"
Yeah,
He's like, the live ones smell worse than the dead ones.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
dude. It's like it's underground. How can you smell it? Only when it pops up, I guess. But
They do make note of the stink. I think everyone that encounters it says something about it. Even Reba McEntire, after that awesome basement scene, is like, ooh, yeah, stinks like hell or whatever.
yeah,
Real quick, Derek, on that scene, the basement scene, just the way it was shot. So like the thing caves through the wall and like whatever gun is in their hand or whatever, they start unloading, right? Once those empty, they do good not to show that like armored wall behind them. But when they step back to it, the
You're
camera
right.
follows them
Yeah.
and it comes into frame and it's just like, oh shit, dude. And
yeah,
like,
yeah,
dude, like you said, they're just fucking, it felt like you're playing Nazi zombies or something hitting a mystery box.
Yeah.
Like they're just like weapon, empty a mag, grab the next thing, unload. Dude,
yeah.
I mean, they go through 5 apiece. I mean, she dual wields like whatever those like,
A couple pistols, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say because I know guns. And
Yeah.
like yeah, I was like, this scene is fucking awesome. I was smiling that whole time. Like I told Haley, I was like, this could be us. This could be us. But
Yeah.
Nick, do you have favorite scenes?
Yeah, it's kind of all that you mentioned. The basement scene, our almost any scene where it's just Val and Bert, uh, Val and Earl, Val and Val and Earl. So, yeah, almost any scene where it's just them two. Like I'm a victim of circumstance. I thought you called it your pecker. Like all of that. Almost any scene that's just them two is pretty fucking tits.
Yeah.
The basement scene is awesome. It gets pretty slow after that, but Melvin stands out. He's always hilarious. Yeah, I think it's probably all of those. Not a lot of. It's kind of a movie where every scene gives you a little bit of info about our characters. Like it's not a lot of like wasted dialogue or like just talking to talk.
Yeah, it's not like just wasted exposition.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a Tarantino film. Every
You're
bit
right.
of dialogue here
Yeah.
can move the story forward. Not knocking Tarantino before comments fucking light me up. Even when you have the conversations with everyone in the town and like they're all talking and like they're like how they talk to each other is just so cool. You can tell these guys are like a close knit. They can shoot down an idea, call someone like an idiot, and it not turn into like a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime they're trying to brainstorm about what to do, if they're all pitching in, and they're like, oh, we could get the cat. Oh hell, a cat can pull anything. You know what I mean? Its tires are flat. Whatever. Like the town camaraderie is really cool. Even when you have Nancy and Mindy, is
Yeah.
the mom Nancy?
Yep.
Who really don't do anything to like help the situation, but they're there and their presence, and
I mean,
like
yeah.
it's
Nestor doesn't
super
do
fun.
anything either. Nestor's just drunk asses sitting in the tires.
Yeah,
So.
Nestor's an idiot. Miguel even had the idea to send Walter's tractor out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think they all play their parts, and there is a lot of fun to be had.
You talked about earlier Chang's the scene where they're all like kind of chilling at Chang's, which sounds like a movie or something. Like
Yeah,
they're all kind of like chilling at Chang's, like brainstorming. I think it's right after he comes back with the graboid, and they're all like whatever, kind of getting a plan together or what have you. It had me one. So there's a couple tables that in Chang's to sit at, right? Like where they're all doing their thing. I have to wonder if that's like the hangout, because there is no other multi-person like storefront or restaurant or whatever to
Yeah.
hang out. Like I imagine it's like, hey, we're hanging out at Chang's. Plus, like,
Yeah, like
if you
yeah,
need something,
yeah.
you pay the guy who's like business you're at. You know what I mean? Like, so I was kind of wondering if that's like their hot spot, like how like Sonic was after school for all the losers in our high school, whatever, all the jockstraps and shit.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if they
Yeah.
all, like I wonder if this town goes to Chang's and they're like, see it Chang's.
You're probably right. They even have the like radio to like, hey, we're all hanging out. We want to see what Bert's doing. Cool. Let me get their fucking radio.
Yeah,
and
for
like,
sure.
Bert, what are you
Yeah.
what are you and Heather doing over? Like, yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. There's nowhere else in town to hang out.
Damn near the whole town sits under one table, one lamp when they're discussing everything anyways. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. The town is very like tight knit and like close knit together. Like that's awesome. And you are most definitely right. Like if anybody wants to hang out with anybody, I'm sure they go to Chang's and just hangs out there underneath that one, light.
They probably check chains for people before they go to their houses. Like,
For real though, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
he
you
at
guys are here?
Chang's?
Oh, love your
Where's,
change. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You could just walk out into the street and be like, hey, Bert, and then, or I guess Bert's far away, hey, Val, and wherever he stepped, okay, cool, he's over there. Awesome. Everyone is in earshot. You know what I mean? You can have sex in your trailer without everyone in town knowing
For real.
what is happening.
For sure.
There are 4 of these creatures in the movie that we come across. There are some questions that come with that, like how do they, and I guess the sequels answer them, but if you're just watching this one, how do they spawn? Bird asked a question like, where do they take a shit? You know what I mean? Like, they just ate a whole flock of sheep. They got to dispose of that somehow, but we see 4. Our first one is killed chasing Val and Earl
yeah.
through the field. We get the cool shot of it knocking out the fence post as it's chasing them. And so they decide to jump this concrete
It's like
canal.
a trench. Yeah.
Like a trench or canal or something.
Yeah.
And this is where we kind of get this kill kind of foreshadows what would happen to the 4th one later on. But it like runs into the concrete, knocks itself out cold, it kills it. We killed it. Fuck you.
Yeah,
And then the chick shows up. We discover how big these things are when Kevin Bacon finds the ass end, and these things are fucking huge. What, I don't know, 15 feet long, maybe give or take.
Yeah,
I would say
close.
probably more like 20, 25.
Yeah, I mean they're fucking huge. They're damn near dune worms. So
Yeah.
watch out, Arrakis.
Yeah.
The second one is the one that Bert kills in the basement, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Does the same thing when we talked about this scene, right? And they just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking just 100 pounds of ammunition, so I killed this thing. And then our third one, this is the one they fish with the bombs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they fished with the dynamite or whatever, yeah.
They tie these pipe bombs. They attract the graboid to a place, feed it a pipe bomb, blows it up. And our last one here is actually what I thought was a super smart idea by Valentine to run towards a cliff, throw the bomb behind it so the sound makes it get out of there even faster. And then it just fucking torpedoes out the cliff wall. We get the cool effect of it just decorating the ground below. I thought we had four pretty cool 4 kills. Derek, we talked about in Leprechaun, he only killed like 4 people, I think, but like they were really basic ways of killing. You know what I mean? Like a simple neck
Yeah.
break, just really basic shit. And I said it would have been cooler if with only 4 kills, you at least get 4 really cool kills. I thought this one delivered on that.
For as cool as you can get it being sucked under the ground, they do have some ways of doing it. Like obviously the doctor gets it like in straight to the
Oh
ground.
yeah, I didn't even think about the humans.
And then,
I just meant the monsters, but yeah, the
well, I
humans
mean, yeah,
too.
but like so on both fronts, the monsters. First off, the special effects company that did it, ADI, it's run by 2 dudes I think who stem from Stan Winston's school. I think it's Tom Woodruff Jr. and Alec Gillis. These 2 dudes worked on Aliens. These 2 dudes pushed and forefronted all the Alien sequels and like crossover stuff afterwards, except for like Prometheus and Covenant. So they've been in the game for a long time. They've done Starship Troopers. I've always loved their work. Their work is great. So the creature design for all these, like for the worms, for the graboids, is awesome. I love it. Their designs are great. The effects are great. So nothing but praise for those guys and respect because it is
absolutely, yeah.
fucking awesome. Top tier monsters. And they only get better as they like kind of go on because they come back for the sequels. But to have these worms and have to kill them different ways each time is unique because like you said, we run them into a wall, we blow one up, we shoot one, and then it takes flight. So like for them to do all that was awesome. And to come up with different unique ways to more or less showcase these monsters before their demise, they did great with that also. And the same goes with the poor saps who are the humans who are also getting it. Like I said, you can only do so much getting sucked under the ground, but like they're cool. The doctor gets it, the wife gets it in the car under the ground. Nestor gets sucked through a tire.
Yeah,
He does.
I think Walter Keynes gets sucked up through the floor of his building. Like, yeah, they're getting eaten, but it's just like you think you're safe, and then bam, it comes out of nowhere. So the whole movie itself, as a whole, like, did great. Kind of suspending disbelief enough to be like, oh, yeah, if you just stay off the ground, it'll be fine. Idiots, like, quit walking around. Just like, you don't have any of that, like, mentality when watching that. You don't get that kind of, like, urge to be like, well, this is stupid people making stupid decisions. Like, they actually put, like, thought into, like, a lot of the stuff they're doing, into their survival, and it shows.
there really isn't a lot of stupid decision making, I don't think. Outside of Nestor crawling onto the fucking tire when, but you could kind of chalk that up to like, 1, where else is there to climb around him? 2, you want to get off the ground as fast as you can. I maybe would have tried to get back on top of the trailer, which is now on its side or something,
That, I mean, it would
Um,
have helped, maybe not as much, but it would have done something better than fucking
Right.
sitting.
Right. In any monster movie where something grabs you and pulls you under the fucking ground, despite how it may be portrayed on film, that would be absolutely scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just like getting pulled underwater. That is not our element. We are humans. We are above ground for a reason. Like, that would be absolutely fucking scary. And to not know what is eating you or whatever, like, yeah. And plus us being in a car. So they did those things. They pulled it under. She's just in the car, buried alive, basically. Like, it didn't fucking eat the car, obviously, right?
Right,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm assuming it buried her alive. Yeah.
Even the first one they come across, which is old Edgar up on that tower, really high up on that tower too. You know, you're like, okay, what's going on? The doctor's like dehydration, and you're like, what? Like, you know, you have the same thoughts Valentine and Earl do, which I think is another thing. Nick, you talked about in movies. I think everyone reacts and thinks how they should or would
I agree.
in these situations.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
they are all freaking out. And I thought this movie nailed how these guys would actually react and stuff. So you're really drawn into like what is, you know, like killing these people. It's underground. Oh my God, it's like a snake thing. Holy shit, it's connected to a even bigger, you know, underground worm thing. It's
Yeah.
presented really, really well.
Having gloated about the movie for so long now, is there anything you guys don't like? One of the things for me, and it's pretty minor, all in all. So the credited on the music is credited to a guy named Ernest Troost, but I guess diving into this, dude named Robert Folk was brought in last minute to rescore the film, but goes uncredited, although both scores are used. Folk's score was like the more epic stuff, I guess probably related to like the actual creatures being on screen. And Truce, I guess his is like the like westernly like country music shit. Think and so particularly think like when they're pole vaulting, like the music gets just in like this kind of like the music just takes a goofy slide. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess I didn't expect like an epic horror score, but I was bitching to Derek about this. Where I was like, yeah, there's a couple like musical whatever we're gonna call them, tracks or cues or whatever that like just don't fit to me. Like I almost wish this Robert Polk could score the whole fucking thing, or maybe did and they spliced duties or whatever. But so that's one of the things for me on like kind of a nitpicky scale. Other than that, it's just kind of like some questions surrounding like how the fuck do Val and Earl know each other? Like enough to live with each other, sleep in the same goddamn truck bed with each other. So we're like just some like character related questions, like Melvin's parents being a big one. Obviously, you know, if you dive into it, you can see the Vegas, you know, narrative or whatever there. But is there anything for you guys that like sticks out? Shit you don't like?
I did talk earlier about the graboids, like not knowing like a concrete thing,
Sure.
which obviously we get in the sequel or whatever. But even like so that question about the graboids, like I said, even Bert's like, where did these things you gotta go to the bathroom somewhere, you know what I mean? And it seems like he's pretty good about tracking and looking for spore and like different shit. See, you know, he was talking about some of that with Heather, you know, before realizing everything was underground. Um, there's not too much I will say I don't like. Like I think this is a pretty solid movie, and I think it's super fucking underrated. So I don't know that I got any negatives on
Yeah.
my end.
I'm kind of struggling trying to find anything, to be honest. The music, I guess, could be one, as I can see your points, Nick, for sure. And some of the unanswered questions, you know, again, for sure, I could see being kind of an issue. But I mean, this film to me is kind of like pretty top tier. One thing I will say, I wish I would have been able to see is like the rated R cut of this movie, because
Yeah.
there was like a lot more F bombs dropped, and
Ooh, yes.
I kind of want to check that out. Like I want to check that out and see how, like, if it takes a more serious route, if it's like, you know, how much it differs from the rest. Because I think we only get the one, obviously, because that we're allowed in the PG-13 era of like ratings. But I think I remember reading on IMDb trivia said something like 38 or 40, close to 40, like F bombs that were like dropped.
I made a note of this. It did in the IMDb trivia. I thought it said like 20, but you're right, like double digit f bombs going around. So I was unclear if this means we get to see it, and I just kind of summarized version of it. But it said that a 30th anniversary limited edition 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray version, which is just a mouthful to say, was released in 2020 and features surround sound audio track of the original R-rated cut of the film that retains all F words. So it says audio track. So it's like you can like listen to the movie, but I don't know.
It's a podcast.
I don't know if the verbiage was just getting me or whatever, but it sounds like I mean, you could play the audio somewhere and watch the film, you know. So the replacement of the f bombs is, and you don't notice all of them. Like I don't think I could count 20 substitutions in the movie, but you could make a guess at like most of them. The mother humpers, can you fly, you sucker? You know, shit like
It's
they're
the
not
ones that kind of
seeing
stand out.
they're
Yeah.
not seeing like a bad
Yeah.
dub of everyone's like mouth and stuff every
Right.
time, articulation, you know. So they're not like highlighting. I think they do a pretty good job of not showing the dub, but like obviously with the word choice they chose, sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
that's what you came up with? Before.
Yeah. And then they completely dub it over without even seeing like the mouth move at all. Like I think Chris quotes it quite often actually, but it's like the what the shit,
Yeah.
it's actually supposed to be what the
Right.
fuck, but I think they just ended up changing it to shit to kind of like save face for the rating. But so
That's like
like,
a good moment too. Like
yeah,
the way he says that is like super funny.
yeah, it's
So
great.
I don't know that I'd want the unedited version of all those lines, but it would be sick to like hear it all and see it. But like I said, this was confusing whether or not it like shows the R-rated version and you hear it, or if this is just really an audio track. I'll play that. I'll play it on my. I'll play it. You know.
If I'm putting an F word anywhere in this movie, it's going to be on Burt Gummer, and he's going to say, "You broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, motherfucker." Like,
Yeah.
like really like lay it on that line because that
Oh
one's
yeah,
hilarious. Like even though it took like half of his like the shells he's ever bought and like made, and he's still just like, yeah.
He's not bummed about spending all that ammo. Like this was a dream for him where he was like, I finally got to use all these guns in my own home, no travel, no oversight,
Right.
unfettered cause to blow this thing away. And I
yeah.
told Derek, I was like, Heather fucking fires the flare gun. And Derek was like, well, like it's probably just reaching for the first thing you can grab. And I was like, look around. Like, what do you mean?
I
Also, wouldn't that have like smoked out that whole room? Like, you probably
Oh,
killed
that
the
whole
start.
baseball would have been so fucked.
I actually thought the flare gun was a cool idea. Like you're just looking for anything that's going to injure this creature.
I guess.
While it might
It'll
not have
burn
been the
the
best
shit out of
option.
it,
I mean,
but
you're surrounded by literally guns with real ammo. I thought that's not a bad idea. Maybe if she popped more than one, I guess flare guns probably only hold one at a time.
yeah, you
Maybe,
got to
but
crack it
like
open and put a
if
new
she'd
one.
have done it like 2 or 3 times to really like really fucking whatever. But I didn't think that was, I wasn't. I don't fucking know guns. So
Yeah,
to me,
right. Like
anything that fires a projectile, I'm like, that's cool. Like that's a good, that's a good idea.
not being a gun guy, any gun that you had to do too much to get it to fire, I'd be dead. Like by the time I figured out how to fucking load it and move it and like slide this and pull that and aim, like I'd be fucked for sure. I'd be graboid food. I'd be buying time for the guy next to me who's like, sorry, man,
Yeah.
like loading up. The having not be a gun guy, I'd also just be reaching for the biggest thing automatically. I'd be like, Bert, pass over that elephant gun. Let me get around with that.
They're fucking shooting this thing, yeah.
These pea shooters aren't going to work. Give me
Yeah.
that. You got another one? Surprised he doesn't have a
Give me that
flamethrower.
gun and teach me how to hold it real fast so that I can really do some damage here.
How much kick should I expect on this thing? It's literally bigger than I am. It says that elephant gun is an 8-gauge. Darnay. Is that how you say it? Darne, Darnay. 8-gauge
I think
Darnay
so, yeah. From
shotgun.
what I was looking at it, yeah.
I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, and when people kill me in the comments, we'll know what the right word is. It was rented from a private collector for filming and was seriously damaged in the scene where they throw it. They're throwing weapons out of the trailer at the end, and I guess they
Yeah.
like fucked it up there. I was like, damn, that sucks. Fine. That was how it was read. I don't know like what.
Yeah, I read that.
Like if it fucking like Superman got a hold of it and it's like J shaped now or whatever. Like, I assume that has something to do with like the stock breaking off or twisting or something. But yeah, a rented gun damaged in filming. I was like, shit, that's kind of sick. I'd try to at least try to fire that gun. If I'm Melvin, that's the one I'm asking for sure. I'd be like, or
Yeah.
that's actually probably one of my favorite scenes. It's like,
I was just about to say
this
that.
will get you to run, and
Yeah.
you asshole, there's no bullets in this gun. The quotability of this movie is super incredible. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of from everybody, like Burt, Melvin, Val and Earl. Like a lot of these guys are super, super quotable. Like they stand the test of time. We say several of them to each other fairly routinely. Like Melvin is
Yeah.
super, super quotable.
Yeah. I mean, even we're talking like Miguel, we're like, why don't we start a Walter's tractor? Let them chase that for a while,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and how
Walter's
many
old
times,
tractor,
we're like,
start him up.
fuck you, like, yeah, this honestly might be one of the most quoted movies probably between us that I can think of. Not that we don't have others we quote a lot, but we pull a lot of lines from this movie. Like this movie is absolutely super quotable.
Oh yeah.
You're not wrong about that. So this movie to me, oh, it came out, flopped, hasn't been remade, although it did get a bunch of shitty sequels. Do you think that there is serious remake potential in this? And I
Well,
don't mean like serious as Hollywood is seriously thinking about it. I mean like make a serious attempt. Not that you can't have the humor and stuff, but like give us another solid theatrical with some money into the production. I think there's room for this movie in the market, and I think it could be successful. And maybe I'll go so far as to say kind of an easy sell. Like I think this should be really easy to make a profitable movie. Am I wrong in this? Like, what do you guys think?
I don't think you're wrong. I don't know that I see like a theatrical want from it, but if it were like made with love and like some budget responsibility for sure, and it was like a streaming movie, yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's
I
a good
don't
idea
know
too.
that
Yeah.
I don't know how many like A-listers it would need to like grab everyone's attention and be like, here's why we're seeing it. But yeah, I think probably a lot of it might come down to casting. If you're going like an earnest remake, like do you cast Fallon Earl? Do you just keep the Tremor name with Graboids and then shoot your own, you know, plot or whatever? Yeah, I think that could be super cool. I'm surprised they haven't remade it. I'd be on board to watch it.
I agree. I think for how simple it is and just how easy the movie would just kind of move in general, because it's not hard to make like monster movie. We're being chased. We're trying to escape. About as simple as it gets. I think it's highly possible. I would love to see one. I think you'd have to fine tune the, logistics about it, like whether you're going to follow the same tropes, like Nick was saying, where like the same characters in the same town, or if it's like new characters or a different town. Some to that degree. As long as you have graboids like eating people and shit, I'd be down for it because I'd like to see it. Having said that, I'm pretty sure the original creator who did this, his name is S.S. Wilson, and he did the original 4 movies and the TV series before I think Universal took like full control of the rights, which is how we got 5, 6, and 7, which are utter and complete crap. Like I don't even I've watched them all one time. I don't want to watch them any more than that. I feel that they are kind of a stain or a mark on the franchise. If people like them out there, hey, cool. I'm not judging what you like. It's just that's not my Tremors. But the original dude who created SS Wilson, I'm pretty sure he got the rights back. So maybe we'll get one. It'd be cool. I'd definitely be down for it.
Is the director of this movie Ron Underwood? He's still alive, right? I
Uh,
maybe
I
I don't
I
know if I
kind
read
of
that
want to
or not.
say I so, but I think he might have passed. Something tells me I
Okay.
think he passed. I could be completely wrong. Could be thinking of somebody else, but
If the right whether he's involved or not, if the rights come back to the original dude, I think I think the conversation could turn a little bit more serious as to whether or not something else with some production value gets made. And you're right, man. All those sequels really stain the legacy. My wife is even like my wife only likes number 1, which I think the 3 of us have talked. Two's watchable,
Two's cool. Yeah.
3 is all right, and then after that, it's like whatever. My wife is like, no, it stops at 1. She's like 2 and beyond tarnished it, and I'm like, damn, that's fucking harsh. Um, so all that makes it harder, I think, for studios to take it seriously. Think about all the other shitty horror movies that have long-lasting sequels and have not remade. Leprechaun, Wishmaster, and different shit. Well, Leprechaun has some other shitty remakes, whatever, but I think that tarnishes it. Kevin Bacon, I believe, pushed for a series with Valentine coming back, and the pilot got filmed, but it didn't get picked up for a show or whatever. I think maybe the TV series route could be cool. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: Do you talk about a remake? We're kind of still in like the requel era. Would you rather see a remake, complete new cast, whatever, or would you rather have a requel that could just do what they've been doing and cut out 4 and the beyond or whatever, or 2 and beyond, however they want to do it? But if Kevin Bacon can come back and be Val, even so, he's like older or as old as Fred Ward playing Earl. Like Val could be the older one, and the Earl
That could be
replacement
cool.
will be the younger one. And not that they have to switch like characteristics, but if it's like a requel, then like Val can speak to his history. He can still bring up the like quotes that Earl Bassett gives him. Like now you got it's all about
Yeah.
being prepared. Here it is Monday. I'm thinking about Wednesday. Those like imparting like life lessons. He could be like, damn it, Earl, or Earl substitute, whatever. I don't know. That could be interesting.
I think if you have Kevin Bacon coming back as Valentine in any way or shape or form, TV show, movie, cameo, requel, whatever you want to do, I think if you have that, I think you're in good hands. Like I think you're taking a step in the right direction. Certainly, that would get us more involved. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, Kevin Bacon coming back as Valentine, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, what's not to like? Yeah, I think he's a safe bet if you're trying to bring this to a serious audience. Again, yeah, absolutely. And it seems like he's down for it. Like he's how old now? And he's still every few years is like, man, I would, since he's changed his tune, I would love to come back and revisit Valentine. I think there's a lot more, what's he up to with Rhonda? Is he still with Rhonda? Obviously Bird has passed, unfortunately, Fred Ward a couple of years ago. So he can do that. But yeah, he could be the wise guy now. Um, maybe Perfection has doubled its population, even tripled it. Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
right.
growing now.
33
Yeah.
They might have a whole might have a whole neighborhood now,
Might have
and
trees.
a gas station.
might be a
Right.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Yeah. There we go.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't think about the requel approach. That actually, I would almost prefer that honestly over remake. So yeah, if you can
Yeah.
get Bacon to come back as Val, dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. The trailer
That could be cool.
for his pilot is out on the internet. Like you can check it out.
I
It's
think I've seen it.
yeah, it's been around for a while.
It's at least 10 years old or something now, I think.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
because I
was like
think it was
2014 or something.
I think it was right before 5 came out, and then like I think one of the reasons why it didn't get picked up was because Universal wasn't allowing it.
That's absolutely stupid. I think, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong. Does Jamie Kennedy show up in one of the?
I think he's in 2 of them, isn't he?
He's in 2
Oh
of them.
shit!
He's in 5 and he's in 6, and then not his character being replaced, but his character spot is replaced by a new character who's played by John Heater.
John Heater, yeah,
Fucking
Napoleon Dynamite.
Dynamite himself in the 7th one. So the only reason why I watched those 3 was because of Michael Gross, because Michael Gross is as Burt Gummer is awesome. Like, so to me, Burt Gummer is my favorite character. He is one of the best characters
Yeah,
besides Val and Earl.
if we do a
Um,
requel, dude, another guy that could come back and he'd probably be like bankroll in this movie. He'd be like, yeah,
Oh, he'd love it. Like that's like one of his favorite roles he's ever done.
I know.
You can get him and Reba.
Easy.
Back,
Dude,
actually.
Reba, Finn Carter, it looks rough. The girl who plays Rhonda LeBeck, I know she had some like legal
Yeah.
trouble a few years ago.
As I say, she got hung up with some legal stuff.
I think she's like recovering. Sorry. I think she's like a recovering addict, and I think she speaks to some of that stuff, and that's cool. You made your journey. Love it. I don't know that we need her back. I don't know like what she does for the plot one way or another, but like there are certainly members of this cast that are still alive and seem to
Yeah.
speak highly of this film and would certainly show like a want to like, we're getting the crew back together. Let's get up there, like back to prepare to do this.
I don't think Walter Chang is also passed.
Sure,
Right. He's
yeah.
he is not alive anymore. The girl that plays Mindy does not act anymore, but you could certainly bring her back.
She's done adult acting as an adult.
Oh, okay.
For that sound.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
she
did like a
comes back.
Lifetime movie or a couple Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
And
okay.
she comes back in the 3rd one. That's like one of the cool things about the 3rd movie is all the people who were in the first one, essentially, like Melvin, Miguel, everybody who survived, basically, all the original actors come back for it.
Does the second one not take place in Perfection?
No, it takes place in Mexico.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
because you
'Cause
find out.
they gotta get Bert down there.
Yeah.
For his expertise.
So after the events of the first film, they think it's just like an isolated thing, like who's going to fight giant worms again? And it's some years later, like the Mexican oil fields are getting hit by graboids and the workers are getting killed. So the Mexican government tries to hire Val and Earl to wipe them out, but there's no Val, it's just Earl. So then Earl gets his, best choice Kevin Bacon knockoff as a partner with him, which did fine. He did
He
good.
does fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Grady.
he's a good Khalif. Yeah, Grady's awesome. But they call in Bert, and then Bert comes armed to the teeth in a fucking truck. And then they go to war. But then that's also where we get the second life cycle to the graboids, and they morph basically, and they start like their new part of their life cycle where they're bipedal and they seek out your body heat.
What do they call them in the second one?
Shriekers.
Shriekers, because the third one's ass blasters, right?
Yeah, the third one's ass blasters. So it's really strange. So in the third movie, you find out that they fly and they lay eggs. So basically, also when they eat, so like when shriekers eat, they multiply. But when ass blasters eat, they go into like a food coma, which is something weird. But so what they'll do is they would fly somewhere, eat, kind of go into like a coma, and then wake up, lay the eggs, and then
That are
come back,
graboids.
fly off and die. Yeah, the eggs would hatch, turn into dirt dragons or baby graboids, which is what's in 4, and then they grow up into giant worms and then repeat the life cycle to keep their species going, I guess.
Right on.
I don't know. I think there's a term for like self-replicating morphing like that, but I don't remember what it is. But yeah, so the creatures evolve with each movie, which is kind of unique. You get to see their life cycle and like their origins and stuff. We get to go into Africa in the 5th one, which was weird, and they're like a different design and they look like crap. Like their ass blasters, their shriekers, and their graboids from 5, 6, and 7 all have like drastic different changes. They all look different. So the third, the 5th one, yeah, the 5th one's in Africa, so it's like
Is the
more like
sixth one?
desert. 6th one's
Is
in
the
like
sixth one a
it's
cold day in hell?
it's a cold place like Antarctica or some shit, but it's actually in the desert. They just filtered it to make it look like it was snow. The 7th one was on like some tropical island.
Certainly some questions around that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of questions, honestly.
All
But
the ingredients to make a franchise fail. Cool.
Yeah, for
real, yeah.
This film is just super fun. It's super simple. There's not a lot really to think about when it comes to this movie. Not one character has some complex arc that they're growing and changing and need to learn a lesson. It's just Valentine's just like, I want some smoking hot blonde bitch as my chick, and instead settles for Rhonda, who is cute by any means. You know what I mean? She's cute. She comes with some brains. I don't know why she goes for Valentine. I'm not into the cowboy gig, but whatever, to each their own. This is just a super fun film. And like you said, there's not a lot of people that badmouth this movie. And if they do, what do they know? They need to rewatch it again. If you guys are ready, I'm ready to give this a rating.
Yeah.
And I will start us off. I'm going to start us off. I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd. I maintain that 4. This is just a super fun film. I think the rating is maybe based on a little more of I love the movie more so than it being up to 4-star standard. Uh, but this is fine. The effects were good. The acting is great. The plot is super simple. You don't see a lot of underground worm type. There's not a lot of movies like this out there, so that's always a bonus. Yeah, 4 stars, man. This is awesome. Nick, what about you?
I'm going to say the same thing. 4 stars. Its practical effects are awesome. In fact, there's maybe one bad effect in the whole movie, and I think it's the green screen graboid on the wall when you get the weird
In the basement?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the effects kick ass. His cast is awesome. They're maybe like way out love for it. That took some time for them to come around. I think it's super cool. The fans love this film. It's cult status for a reason. Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of love and fun put into it. Yeah, this movie is 4 stars through and through.
I'm going to join you guys, and it's going to be a collective 4 all the way around
Nice.
because
Right.
4 stars to me is pretty much what this movie deserves. I could be pushed to give it a little higher, but I mean, 4, I think that's damn good enough. I will say that this movie being what it is, being a kind of a sci-fi adventures, kind of like a creature feature, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Like, you can't go wrong. It's funny. It's kind of action packed. It's kind of scary at some points. It moves along, doesn't drag. It has a wonderful fucking cast. Like, it's super quotable. You'll have a good time watching it. So, definitely, man. 4 stars.
Awesome. Yeah, man. So, okay. So, audience, we got a 4-star trifecta going on, which basically just means that this movie's awesome and you need to check this out. If you haven't checked it out, find it. Was it streaming anywhere or had I watched this on my own DVD, so I don't know
Same.
where.
No,
Yeah.
same.
How'd you guys watch this?
I have my own DVDs, so yeah, I
Okay.
watched my own collection.
So check your Roku, see if it's streaming. If not,
It
get a
it
copy of it.
might be free on YouTube. Like it
Oh,
would
okay.
have ads.
Cool.
I think. I thought when I looked it up, I was like,
Sure.
if I can go ad free, I will. I own it, but it might. So it
Sure.
might be
Okay.
free on YouTube.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, check that out. I actually own there was only 5 movies at the time when I got it. So I got the 5 movie anthology. There are 7 of them, I believe now. I don't know that they're all worth a watch, but if you are one of them that when you start something, you got to see it to the end, power to you, you know? Don't be afraid to think outside the box office on this one, guys, and we'll catch you next time.